What's up, YouTube? So week 2 garden tour. Some things have changed. Yeah, some things have changed. So I figure we'll start at the main garden area this week. So I got some stuff done here, poking along. I'm looking to wrap some of it up today, but it's looking pretty good. So let's take a peek around here. Then we'll go to the corn plot is what I'm calling it for now, but quite a bit of room left over there, even after what I've done just yesterday actually, so I'm gonna have quite a bit more room there. But anyway, let's check this out. So I opted for the cattle panel trellis. That wasn't a big deal as I thought it would be, getting it in the pickup truck. So I figured it would get rolled up and kind of tied together at the bottom and just laid down in the truck, but it wasn't. It was kind of just like that, right side up. So got that in. That's about 6 feet at the bottom. It's a 16-foot panel by 50 inches, so 4'2". So I'm gonna plant the pole beans on that. I think I've decided. So last week planted the 80 onion sets along this fence line, which is 3/4 of the way up. However, you can't really see it. See if I can show you on the pole here. So that's the deer fencing. If it's not up against something, I don't know if you can see it on film, but I can barely see it standing here. So 3/4 inch holes. My dog was out here wreaking havoc on it because I don't think he could even see it. I don't know that stuff would stop a deer, honestly, but whatever. Better than nothing. And it was affordable. So 7 foot by 100 feet for like $20. So I got 2 of those a while back. But if you can afford something different, I would recommend going with something different. But we'll see. There's the rhubarb, looking really good. So yeah, the 80 onion sets, I still have 60 more to put in. I think gonna go along the back fence line in between the tires over there. So that whole side of fencing's done, 36 feet. The whole back's done, 36 feet. And then that whole side up to that last T-post. So I just got that little corner left across the front to this side of the trellis here. So no flowers yet. I'm still a bit cool for that. But there's some stuff started in trays, if you remember from last week. Still don't see anything coming up in there. Just a few weeds. Actually, no. There's a tater there. So again, every other tire is taters. These ones are coming along. A couple there. All greened up. A couple more on the other tire. So again, the deer fencing stops at this stake. Peas are growing. I see one down that end. That was a shorty that isn't quite reaching the trellis yet. But they're still, they may be in a little bit of transplant shock still. But they're definitely growing. There's some new greens on the tops. I guess there's this one here. So I got some yellow in there. But definitely new growth at the top. This one looks pretty good. But yeah, so there's the peas. Next row, lettuce. They look pretty good. And then collards after that look good. Cauliflower looks good. Kale is the next one. I think I may have Went a little heavy on the fertilizer. So, but it'll pull through. I'll get more to that at the end of the video. But yeah, they'll be fine. I just need some more water. So it rained the other day. I watered them yesterday morning, so they'll be alright. So this next raised row here was the double row of carrots. Nothing there yet. And then the double row of turnips right after that. And so, let's see if I can find them. Yeah. Right here, I got some sprouting up. All in here. Coming up. So, and basically down that whole double row. So we got some turnips sprouting up there. Let's check these back taters. So there's a couple weeds in there, but all kinds of tater sprouts coming up. And like I said, some of these tires have multiple pieces with the eyes in it. So there's one there, all of those, all taters, another big one there. So I might have to, I think that's a weed. In a little, not too long from now, I'll have to throw some dirt to them. But, yeah, that's a weed. Right on. Check this little corner here. Nothing really there as far as taters go. There's a nice one. Nothing yet in that one. Actually, yeah, I got a little coming up there. Actually, oh, that one's almost sticking out. So I'm gonna have to throw some dirt on this probably today. So yeah, that's it. Like I said, fencing basically 3/4 of the way done. The trellis I think looks pretty cool. Walk right through there. So I have a plan. I'm gonna end up, I think, with a little more room. I mean, I can plant a bunch of stuff in here. I got a ton of seeds, but I don't want to go too crazy. And then, you know, think about the fall crop when that time comes. So, you know, start some stuff in trays again. But I think out here in the middle, I'm gonna do something. That'll be another video. So let's go check out the corn plot. So I did some stuff to it yesterday. Coming along. So I posed the deer fencing. I'm gonna go with different fencing for this. Probably just a 3-foot high. You know, a little bit thicker than that stuff is. That stuff's almost like a netting, really. So here's the corn plot. So got all the stakes up all the way around. No fencing yet. Still deciding which I want to go with, but it's definitely be like a 3-foot. Maybe the green, heavier plastic. A couple cedar trellises there. I think I'm gonna do the black zebra cherry tomatoes on those. That'll be the entrance way to this. I think I'm gonna end up with a ton of room left in here as well. I mean, again, I got a ton of seeds, so I could plant more corn if I wanted to. Don't think I'm gonna do that, and I would direct sow that if I did, but all this area I'll have some thinking watermelons up here, but I got, sorry for the shadow, but I got a whole row of the bush beans, so I got those in the ground. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 of those. That's about 20-foot row or so. And I got all the corn in, so that was 64 plants. So there they all are. So again, just yesterday, so some of these probably get some transplant shock, but give them a few days. I can juice them up with some fertilizer, and then probably some 20-20-20, some micro boost, and then after that I'll side dress them. But yeah, that's that. And some cedar trellis over there. And I'm thinking, so I'm not going to do a ton of plants, but probably going to do some watermelon. I have 2 different varieties up in here. Again, cedar trellises. That should look nice. The cherry tomatoes on it. Coming along, coming along. So on this plot, it's like 17 by 30-ish. I had obviously the stone walls, so it's not perfectly square. I think that end down there is the 17-foot end. This end is like 15.5 feet. Because I had to go with the wall kind of when I tilled it, so it is what it is. Let's go check the greenhouse. So just like the main garden, I transplanted everything in here except for the other end. But so these are peas, again, just experimental in here. They had the same issues as being really yellow, and they weren't looking great, honestly. But I fertilized everything in here, and those are super green, and they're growing great. Things are starting to warm up now. No really cold nights down to freezing. The lows in the 40s now, so that's good. And we're getting up into the 70s during the day, so everything's looking really good. There's broccoli. These a little laid over. Just waiting for the sun to blast, but those look really good. They've definitely grown even since last week. Like really good. I gotta do some weeding in here, but. And the lettuce also looking really good. They've kind of popped after giving them some fertilizer, some food. Looking really good. And then over here, a couple more broccoli that were direct sown. And they're starting to grow a little bit better as well. There actually might be one spinach that came up in there. I'll just let that grow out and see. And then kale on the end. Like I said, there's like 3 or 4 plants. Not looking the best, but those are all direct sown up there. Again, just experimental, but that lettuce looks awesome. Peas look awesome. Broccoli down there looks great. So even those tomatoes, after I separated from last week, stepped everything up, and the ones I thought weren't gonna make it, and it's still been cold at night. A little fella just might make it. That one too, looking good and green. That one's got one. Those were the seedling leaves anyway, so they're dying back, but nice and green on the top. Same again with this one, the 2 seed leaves, but new growth, nice and green. And then I think that one there in the back kind of bit the dust. Again, I didn't think these would even make it, but yeah, you're looking a little rough, bud. But yeah, give him a yank. we'll see what happens with those. It's kind of funny, but yeah, all this is looking really good. So let's go finish up in the house. Alright, so just a tray left with the squash in it. There's a couple pickling cucumbers and 2 little ones. We got, again, acorn squash, butternut, and buttercup squash. That's all that. And that other tray, marigolds. They've been looking awesome since they sprouted, really. So look good. But we had some more seedlings come up last week. I think it was only this guy. We got 4 more there. These are all zinnias. These are all zinnias. So they look good. And they might be able to go outside in another week or 2. So tomatoes, peppers, and the 3 okra. I've moved the light up on both of those. I did shoot these guys with some fertilizer as well. So like I said earlier in the video, we'll discuss that now. So when I transplanted and separated all these tomato plants, they were looking really rough. I had some yellow leaves, some purple leaves, again nutrient deficiencies, and they were competing because there was 3 to 4 tomato plants per cell in the seed trays. So once I got them separated, potted them up, hit them with some fertilizer, they're looking awesome. I think I said that last week. Even the ones I thought might not even make it, but they've totally greened up nice. Again, you got some yellow on the bottom. That actually, that wasn't a seed leaf, but the top looks awesome. It's all green. So they're looking really, really good. Okra there, one in the front, and that big one right there. So yeah, super green. They look great. So these are the ones up top. These 2 guys, I don't think we're gonna make it, but they've greened up really good. So is everything else up here. That's all the Rhubarb tomatoes. And look at these peppers. Look how green those things are. They look awesome. Some more maters. Some of them are getting big. I just raised this light another 1.5 inches. And those ones towards the back are almost getting there again. Super green. Look awesome. Getting some more peppers. It's really cool. So yeah, that's this week. Hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, I got some other plans for the main garden area. Still got a ton of work to do, obviously. And then I got some seeds that I got to start here really soon. Watermelon and a few other things. But we'll update you when that happens in weeks to come. See what they look like. So I appreciate you guys joining me for another video. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. We'll catch you on the next one. God bless.